Hey, we got some headlines here from the Camo Dave News Department. All national forests in California are closed to visitors. No Labor Day camping, biking, and hiking. SF Gate reports this. Holy cow. If you're out in California, it's because of all those fires. With fires raging across the state, the USDA Forest Service is closing all 20 million acres of California's national forests to public access for 2 weeks, beginning today, the 31st of August. Excuse me. The closing will last at least through September 17th. California's regional forester Jennifer Eberline said that she's made the difficult decision to temporarily close all of California's national forests in order to provide better public and firefighter safety to the extreme fire conditions throughout the state and the strained firefighting resources throughout the country. The closing starts at noon today, so at noon, which is 3 p.m. here on the East Coast, but if you're going to be in the California forest, you're going to be on the West Coast. So today at noon, the forest will close for 2 weeks. If you are caught entering Forest Service lands, including developed campgrounds, hiking trails, and recreation sites, you face a fine of up to $5,000. Wow. The announcement extends a closure that was already in place for the Forest Service 9 national forests in Northern California. That closing was started on the 23rd of August and was supposed to expire after Labor Day. So anyway, so it's getting tougher. California, again, more closures, parks, forests, stuff like that. So be careful. And, again, it's probably a good idea. It's definitely a good idea because, it just strains the resources of the firefighters and stuff like that. They're already busting their butts getting these fires taken care of and contained, and having a lot of campers out there running around in their way is not a good thing. Hey, SpaceX satellite link. That's the Elon Musk satellite service. They've got hundreds of little satellites floating around up there. Supposed to be a great thing for nomads because, one of the things, especially if you're a YouTube nomad, you want to get good internet, right? So you can upload all your videos and do all your live streams and get all that super chat money and all that stuff. So, it's a hassle being on the road, being in parks, being up in the mountains, being wherever, and you don't always get good internet. Sometimes, a lot of people rely on their AT&T or Verizon cell phone service, and you got to be sometimes near a big highway to get that, and it's a pain in the butt. They have that, what is it, that Nomad internet? Nomad internet. Which, and I've heard sometimes it works, sometimes it does, like all internet services. Anyway, SpaceX, you put this dish, a smallish dish, looks like a pizza box, pizza-sized dish, large pizza dish. Put that on your roof and use this gizmo, and you can lock in on these line of satellites, and apparently when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can get better uploads and downloads and stuff like that. And there's still a lot of problems with it, but one of the problems that a number of websites have been reporting is that pigeons and other birds see these things, and sometimes I guess they fill with water. When you get some rain, there'll be a little puddle of water in it, and they will use it as a bird bath. And all of a sudden, you're doing your internet surfing, and all of a sudden it just goes down completely for like half an hour or something, and you run outside and look, and there's a bird taking a bath in your satellite dish. They say pigeons are the particular birds that like to do this, but other birds will do that too. And when the bird is taking a bath in the satellite dish, your satellite service goes to next to nothing. So they're working on ways now to figure out how to keep the birds out of the satellite dishes. Who'd have thought? And we've got some links that some of the Camo Army people have sent me for British Columbia and their wildfires. Again, the wildfires, they're happening down in California, Oregon, eastern Washington and stuff. They don't stop at the border. There's a lot of them up here in BC, especially internal. Again, coastal BC looks pretty good, but when you get inside, in the to the the east of the mountains there, or up in the mountains east of the main range there, you get a lot of fires. So be very careful if you're camping in BC. cool story here from Oregon Live. Portland-based camping app founders are working remotely from U.S. campgrounds for a whole year. There's their fancy schmancy vehicle. Looks really nice there, huh? Can stand up in that one. Yeah, that's a... Anyway. Dyrt, D-Y-R-T, is an app run by Sarah Smith and Kevin Long. They got a Winnebago. People always say I mispronounce that. Revel, yeah, which is a really nice vehicle. I think we used to see... who do we see? What's his name? Kevin, 30 and a wake up, driving around in one of those or something like it. Anyway, he's over in Thailand now. So he does. I don't think he has a vehicle right now, does he? I don't know. Anyway, they bought a 19-foot 2021 Winnebago Reveal and left their home on July 22nd because they wanted to actually see what it's like to be out on the campgrounds. You know, if you're running a campground app, a camping app, it's good to know exactly how, what's really going on out there. So they're married for 14 years. Smith and Long took a long path to Oregon while working on tech startups. They're originally from Minneapolis. They lived in India, London, Northern England, Berkeley, California before moving to Portland in 2010. They founded the Dyrt's website in 2015 and its app in 2017. They're looking what the app does. Dyrt. It provides campers with user-generated information about campsites to plan their trip. They've crowdsourced over 2.5 million pictures, reviews, and tips for 40,000 campgrounds around the U.S. And they choose a best reviewer in each state at the end of each month to win prizes that can range from $150 to $100. What is it? Gift cards and bucks, so whatever. They get 25 million views per year. So anyway, they are out camping around. There they are, the lovely couple and their lovely dog. And so they are doing that. To get in touch with, if you got to know who your users are. So they want to personally know what it's like to be out there camping. And so anyway, so the Dyrt, check it out. I'm doing an ad for you guys. Come on, show me some love, right? I don't know. There's not a lot to talk about this morning. We got Harold Balder continuing his travails throughout the Southwest there. I kind of wish he'd go back to India or Africa or something. That's kind of, again, me at least, and I know a lot of you guys have seen so many people out in Arizona there the last years that we'd kind of like to see someone somewhere else. But it's kind of interesting to see his particular if you take on things. Rosie O'Kelly and Mr. Z are eating a giant, good-looking spaghetti and meatballs dinner there in Las Vegas. Okay? Jeez. Matty Van Halen, he was having a dispute with wherever he works there in Nashville about his job and insurance coverage over an injury he had in the workplace a while back, and he thinks he still has a job. So that means, I guess, if he has the job, he's not going to be doing all that traveling that he's been telling us that he's going to do. I enjoyed Maddie's channel, but yeah, like a lot of these nomads, I'd like to see them out doing some more traveling and not just sitting there talking about their vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Maddie does some traveling, but, I think he originally said he was going to settle this insurance thing and then get out on the road kind of more or less fullish time-ish, so... I don't know. He's still working on the van. I think that'll never end, right? Showering on the road from Van City Van Life. Gee, I don't think we've ever seen a video from him dealing with that before. Itchy Boots is in Dakar, the Dakar Rally, big bike rally there, so that's pretty cool. Man, we have gotten a ton of comments on the enigmatic nomadic's Jamie there and his van build plans out there at the former Air Force Base, and $600 full pass fee for 2 weeks. A lot of comments on that. Van Campin' Woody says, I live on a fixed income and the 2019 van build wasn't in my budget. Now that was only $75, but another nomad Another new nomad I need, as a new nomad, I need help getting my solar installed, so he donated the ticket for me to attend. Okay, so that was back in 2019 with a $75 ticket. This new van build could, if you want to stay the full 2 weeks and stay there, and the full ticket is $600. Woody continues, don't get me wrong, the volunteers that do the work at no charge and helped me out, but it turned out to be an event with late night things going on and other things that I don't do. Basically, it was a festival in the desert with folks waiting to get things done. I've stepped away from that scene because it's not what it used to be when I started 5 years ago. I don't want to be associated with anyone taking from the poor and disabled to shine the limelight on themselves. No Van Bill 2022 for me. Again, you have the people there that they really just are looking at getting their van fixed up. And then you have the other people that want to socialize. Now, when we did have the last van build in 2019, excuse me, I should have cleared my throat this morning before I started. But when we did have the van build there in 2019, a good number of people camped outside where the van build was just so they can party hardy and have some fun and socialize. It does seem like, when Jamie held the last van build, it was in like November there in Parker, Arizona, and a lot of people were heading down to Arizona for their winter travails there. That was my word today, travails. And travels. So there was a lot of socializing going on. Socializing was probably more important than the actual van builds. This year, with it being held in Merced, California in May-ish, where it's going to be hot there, I don't know. But Jamie does seem to realize that it's a big social event, and he wants to, I guess, capitalize to some degree on that. But a lot of people that just want to go and get the work done and not have to spend an arm and a leg are kind of disappointed with these new plans. Brown-Eyed Girl says, I personally think 600 is a ridiculous amount for Jamie to try and charge. However, there would be nothing wrong with a more reasonable amount. We stayed at a campground in Arizona that was $25 a night for full hookups and $12 per night if you were willing to park in a tent site with no hookups. But you had full access to a community room, TV, full kitchen, cooking accommodations, pool table, games, laundry, beautiful showers, and a covered patio with grills and fire pits. As far as Bob Wells goes with his whole van giveaway, that's a joke. They force recipients to have a mentor and financial counseling, plus the van stays in Howa's name for a long period of time until they can prove the worthiness, etc. So, I don't know. So, yeah, everybody's kind of complaining about everybody today. Again, what happened with RTR, what happened with Bob Wells, again, he does, I think, a lot of good for the community, but he's become bigger and bigger and bigger, and I mean that in terms of his business, and it's more and more stuff now, and you get more bureaucracy and you get more, whatever. And it's the same thing, I think, to some degree to a major degree with Jamie there, Enigmatic Nomadics. He's taken the van build from a small community event and turning it into an event, a big event. With he said stand-up comedy and concerts and parties and socializing and, and it's true it is becoming that. But, again, people are kind of longing for the olden days when there was just a van build that would just help folks that were kind of down on their luck get their vans built up, right? We got the Camo Dave weather forecast here. We got Kate now. Kate's heading, Kate is coming towards the USA. Where's Kate? What's Kate's track? Oh, okay. We don't have to worry too much about Kate. Kate's kind of going to stay out there. So that's good news for everybody. But we also have, of course, Ida there, which is kind of heading into Tennessee today. And let's see where Ida's track is. Okay, it's just a tropical depression now. This is where Ida's going to drop some rain. So Nashville all the way up the northeastern corridor there in the next few days. Again, it is not it is just a storm now. It's not a big hurricane anymore. It's lost all that, and the winds are down. But it's gonna drop a lot of rain all the way through West Virginia, Pennsylvania, a lot of Harrisburg's going to get a lot of rain, and all the way up into Boston and stuff. We here in Western North Carolina are under flash flood watch for, I think, later tonight into tomorrow, but it looks like relatively not the worst. I think we got more rain from Fred a couple weeks ago, but anyway, it's going to skim through here too. I think later tonight into tomorrow, or later this afternoon. So anyway, if you're anywhere in this range here, well, it looks like Southern Illinois is not getting any rain from this. So a certain Nomad who has a house there, who may or may not have a house there, is probably happy about that. So anyway, be careful out there, folks. All right, folks, that ought to do a quickie for the 31st. Hey, it's the last day of August. Thank you so very much. You know, I did not get around to publicly thanking, at least on my show here, all of the kind folks who made some donations to the weekend super chats and PayPals. Brenda, Taylor Hall, Danny Lee Ingram, Smoking Fox, Tina, Sunny Girl, East Coast GS, Terry, I can't read my writing here. Looks like Janice. And Ox, thank you very much. Oh man, what did we got? What did we get? Some cool stuff in the mail. I want to thank Sunny Girl. Sent me some really cool PG Tip strong tea. 3 boxes of it. I needed that. That's why I can keep my eyes open for these morning shows. And there's somebody in Greensboro, North Carolina, that is sending me cool cards and stuff in the mail with no return address. So whoever you are, I do appreciate it. It was a funny card you sent me yesterday. Yeah, that $20 bill. Appreciate that. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank Patrick for your very, very kind donations over the last few months and weeks and whatever. The birds. There's birds on the roof. I hear them. The birds. Thank you so much, Patrick. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Yeah. We got a lot of comments about Derek, Jax, Jinx, Tara, and stuff from my video yesterday. That did very well. What would I do if I was Nomadic Fanatic? And a lot of your cool comments, and we'll talk about some of those in our letters episode later today. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching Vlog Under.